So how are you gonna get what you want? What's a way it can be done, even if it's impossible? So
just as a reward, we can also give you a little reward about this, because we can talk about this. This is what you want to hear about, right? You've brushed your teeth and then prepared himself for the night and went over all the things he had done that day, kind of cleaned up his mind and his energy. And then he started meditating, just sensory deprivation. And he wasn't too tired, because he had a power nap after going to the gym, so he wasn't too tired, and he could stay here and started appearing, started to see some colors, but he knew it was there, but he didn't want to interact with it. No, he would just wait, and he gets an even bigger reward. Yeah. And then it was this deep focus. We say he had finally achieved a deep focus, and it was so deep that he could see behind his eyes. The light was opening up, it was clearing up, and there was opening a portal, and it was very mysterious. And maybe here there was some vibrations, like brrr, brrr. And then as he began to release, he noticed something very interesting. And that was that he could stop breathing, and the body would breathe. It was so mysterious. He said, well, I thought I was the one who was breathing. I thought I had to do that. No, you could just relax. And then he flew into the portal. He would fly, he would fly into the portal, and cha! Would be a flash of bright white light. And then there was no self. And there was no time. It was very he just had to relax and accept that he could be nothing. Yeah, he could survive being nothing, and then recover and look at his hands. It's like, oh wow, I've recovered myself, and now I'm somewhere completely different. So he began to do absorptions, first starting with a dream check, right? And it's like, oh, maybe he could feel something. But even if he didn't feel, maybe he could see something, or feel sometimes in a dream, or whatever you want to call it. It's like, when you dream, you feel nothing, they told him. But he felt his teeth were loose one time, and his teeth began falling out of his mouth. Or maybe he could feel, or maybe he could feel a heartbeat, or hear. Hearing is very many people can hear in a dream. You get so much practice here because we have language, Or maybe even smell. Sometimes I smell, and then it was like, oh, it's so nice to be here. I will remember this. And he looked at the sun, and it was shiny and it was warm. And it was like, oh, I would like to stay here. It's so beautiful. But then there was a sensation, and he was pulled back, and everything became dark, and he knew he was back in bed, and started to wake up, and there was even some hypnopompic hallucinations, And then he tried, I'm gonna remember my dream. You hear, I will remember my dream. But time goes, and at a certain point it's like he cannot retrieve more. There's nothing more to retrieve. So he's like, but still, he was like, I know what I felt, and I know it was beautiful there, and maybe someday I can find a way, or maybe it gets easier, or I can find a way I can get back there where it was so beautiful. And that's why we keep doing this. And that's an actual absorption. Because you can do this. Yeah, you can do this and feel really good. It's like, it feels good. You can do this, and you see something. It's like, that was very impressive. But I think that the real benefit is when go through the different stages here. I have all of this. And because here, it's like, oh, I don't remember anymore. You remember over here. I was like, oh, it was so beautiful here. And maybe one day he can learn a way to come back there. And maybe he can even stay forever if he wants to. Whatever I do here is not decided by this, or even this. How well I do here on this meditation, if I even get this effect, it's actually decided by all of this. I need all of this to get a very good quality here. So I see a lot of views on videos about this, yeah? Lots of views here. White light, pure bliss, absorptions, rapture, release, flash of white light, recovery from having no self, and remembering what has just happened after recognizing all the absorptions, and then being pulled back into body. And this super important, but you love this. What about this? Is this where you have a problem? Maybe it's here, so this very like, oh, I don't want to look at this video. I want to talk about this, going here, power nap, anatman, state of no self, then coming back and it's hypnopumpia and so much colors. Oh my god. And then go to certain energy boost, like boom, lots of energy, all of a sudden all the hypnopumpia is gone. And then we eat, this you don't want to hear about. But it's like, it's not that I do this and get this, is I do this, but before I did that, I did all here, all of this, everything here. I was collecting power all the way here, all the way around, and then I can get this, So this here, when this is not in order, do you even want to meditate? Your room is a mess. Your room is a mess. Do you even want to sit down on your floor? It's a mess. It's an ugly floor. You need to vacuum, and then you need to mop your floor. Are you gonna lay on your floor doing this? Yum, yum. Are you gonna do this on your disgusting, untidy, unwashed, clean your room? Yeah, it's Jordan Peterson, but yeah, it's so much easier to be on the floor if you clean your room. Yeah. So you say, I don't want to watch a video about this. I know how to do this. And then you go to their house, their plates aren't clean. There's obstacles all over the place. You don't want to have that. Look at this. Look at these drawings. Yeah, look at these drawings. And who has time for this? Who has time to make all these drawings and is there? Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Who has time for this, though? Who has time for this? I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who doesn't have time for this. Not somebody who gets to bed late. You need to get to bed early. You need to get up early, and you can sit and do a meditation in front of your lamp right here and have a coffee or energy drink, and then you have time for that because you went to bed early, you got up early. That's my favorite time to work, because people, they don't like to get up early, so nobody wants to confiscate your time. So you get up early and you get that energy and you spend all the best time on you. You spend all the best energy on number one with everything, and then you can make drawings like this, and then you can make lists and plan your day. In Buddhism, Eightfold Path, we call it right view. It's called having the right view, because now you know everything that's going to happen. And sometimes when I do the light treatment, SAD lamp, I blink my eyes. You see here? Open eyes, blink eyes, open eyes, blink eyes, open eyes. And I can see like kaleidoscopic visuals. And afterwards, when I meditate, I can start seeing If I'm really good at focusing on my breath, I can start seeing a place with walls and maybe even a little bit light and dark. And sometimes when I look up, I can see colors. I've talked to you about this before. But last time I talked about this and getting fresh, and then we do some sensory deprivation. You see I have a mask and I have some headphones on. And we sensory deprivate, or I do gateway tapes, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think that's the most bang for your buck to learn deep focus, because it's a training program, you know, it's quality. Why would you do this if you can have this? I mean, this is multiple meditational practices in a course that spans multiple months if you spend 1 week on each. And then afterwards, so much meditation, it's time for activity, creative self-expression. So we talk about absorptions and absorbing something pleasant within us. Let's create that. Like, oh, I wish I had this experience. Okay, write a novel about it. You know, you're more likely to get it over here if you actually create something that has to do with that. Make some art, you know, you have AI, you don't even have to draw, just make an AI photo of what you like, and then you have music, write a song about it, you know, express yourself emotionally. So creative self-expression, filling you up with stuff that comes back out when you meditate, and then you see it as like, oh, it really is inside of me. I have absorbed it. I have obtained it. Or maybe you get a super strong experience like, wow, it's actually here. I got it. Huh. Now, you know, it's starting to look like getting ready for Nirvana. I can actually do it. I can do the impossible. I just have to fix this. And what is it we're fixing here? We're trying to get freedom. Yeah, this man here, he wants to be free. And freedom, liberty, has a name in Pali, and that name is called Nirvana. Nirvana means liberation. And here he is, it's like, I don't suffer anymore. I have everything I want. Yeah. So, but it's a long run, and you have to absorb your body. You know, this is what are you going to do here if you don't have a body to enjoy it? So we have to recognize that we have our body, and it's like, I have absorbed my body. I can enjoy. Yeah. So, but here you don't just want to be over there and have a body. There are other things, other experiences. Write a novel, write a story. It doesn't have to be good. Write a poem. Do a drawing about it. Doesn't have to be, do a stick figure, you know. Write the musical pieces like you know, or listen to music and really creative self-expression. Listen to music if you can't play music, and visualize creative self-expression. And then we meditate, because now it's like we've filled ourselves up and we meditate. And if we're lucky, we might get something, or maybe we just get a sign from the body of colors and fractals. It's like, it's okay, I got you, got it, you know. It's gonna make us feel good, and then we go to work. So that means that all of this must happen very early. So we use the best effort on number one, and then here you can spend some effort here and get some work, you know. Have some colleagues, get social and all that stuff. But do you want to know a secret? Your boss doesn't like it when you outperform. Like they say, you come here and work hard. Very few places like that. If you're in a factory, everybody's gonna look at you as like, you're making us look bad. So look at the people who are well liked. Are they the nerds that, you know, work themselves too hard? Or is it somebody else? And then in this time here that we've now gone over, and a little bit of it, here's the ignorance problem, right? Don't remember my dream. But here, It's energy, motivation, you're goal driven, it's potential. You cannot give that away here. And they don't like you because you make them look bad. Look at this guy working his ass off. I have to do that. I'm getting old. He's stressing me out. And the boss notices that the other employees doesn't like you. It goes over to him. You get treated badly. So do this. They say that they want it, but the fact is that your effort is stressing everybody out. Spend it on number one. Spend it here. Yeah, because you think you're going to get a reward. You're not. He does, like, every time you negotiate salary, is like, you'll know if you have the kind of job where spending this power, all of it here, actually pays off. It's called careers. Like, I'm so proud of my job. But here, I think it's better spent on number one, right? I think it's better spent on number one. Now, gym is over here, because it's actually part of relaxing. You're tensing your muscles. Afterwards, you're going to feel refreshed, and then you're going to have to take a power nap. So now we've gone over everything from kind of here to here, and we're going to talk about this, preparing, sleep yoga, that kind of stuff later.
I hope it makes sense and I could demystify it. And, stay tuned, follow for more.